Each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do. It should be in our DNA.
So as a former woman Marine combat pilot yourself, what is your reaction to that?
Well, Pete Hegseth still has a lot to learn, I think, unfortunately. When I flew my combat missions, there was not a set male standard and a female standard for flying an aircraft onto the back of an aircraft carrier. You can either do it or you can't. And so I feel like it's the notion of standing up there and saying to the generals and admirals, who all, by the way, know that there were never separate combat standards for males and females. Combat jobs have had one standard for a long time. And part of when we opened combat jobs to women, those of us that were in those jobs wanted one standard to be set, and it was. So I think it's kind of ridiculous. But honestly, that in comparison to the rest of what we heard in the last hour is really minor. That speech was bonkers by the president, and everybody sitting in that room knows that we don't have a coherent foreign policy or defense policy, and that I think is a bigger issue.